So I know you guys have seen my Live in a Bottle TikTok or YouTube Shorts. If so, welcome back. I'm just gonna show you guys the behind the scenes process and what I did. Yeah, and just let's get straight into it. Not too much. First voiceover. We're getting there. So we're gonna start off with me importing my sketchbook drawings that I had. Usually I write the ideas down as like rough drafts, and then I import them into my computer and kind of clean them up. You cannot be serious. Okay, I'm probably gonna leave that in because I've been recording for a little minute and my kitten is not like patient with me at all. He has no personal space. He laid on my keyboard 3 times. So we're just gonna continue from there. What I was saying is I import my sketches from my sketchbook. I kind of polish them out in Krita, which I am still learning for the first time. Might make a video on that. I ink things out, kind of move some bits and pieces around just to make everything kind of flow nicer. I'm not a professional, so usually short clips like TikTok and shorts do better when it's digital and not traditional. One thing I've learned, I forgot which TikTok video I learned this from, but when I do sketches and drafts in my sketchbook, I like to put little notes of what I've been thinking at the time, which helps me understand which direction I've been trying to go for and portray it better in my digital artwork. So if you look in the background while I'm rambling like a child, there's usually notes of like the state of expression, or like if I have an animation I think I can pull off in mine, I'll kind of do that as well with either little arrows, or I'll just be like, hey, future me, can you do that? And sometimes I'll do it, other times I'll look at that note and be like, you're fucking bugging, I'm not doing that. And it just kind of helps with kind of keeping everything consistent and closer to like what I imagined in my head, because usually, I know I'm not the only artist that struggles with it, but when things kind of don't turn out what we envisioned in our head, we kind of just think that the whole thing is garbage and that it isn't going to do well. But I'm trying to get over that by just kind of pushing through, seeing things to the end, and it's kind of worked out for me. My art has been improving because of that. So if you want a little advice, there's some advice right there. See it to the end. See it to the end. I ink for quite a little bit. I don't know if I'm gonna voice over the entire thing because it's basically like the same thing over and over. I just go through every pose that I drew down, ink over it, and then make sure everything's polished. I obviously add clothing because I didn't want to draw clothes. I looked it up on Pinterest, just like certain styles to kind of fit into the has-been theme. Please don't copyright me for saying has-been. And yeah, I just kind of like make sure I have like a good set style going on. From there, I do my flats. Before I do my full flats of colors, I always go in the background with grays just to make sure I get all of the white space inside of the character. Especially when you draw characters with natural hair, the white space is more likely to hide away between the designs because of the curls and stuff like that. And one thing about my art style and what I like to do for my animatic animations is draw natural hair or people sweating out their perm into a natural hair. That happened in 2 of my TikToks. I think I might keep doing it because I like it. It's very fun. It's unique. I like it. It's like my niche. So then from there I go on and do my flats. Don't know if it'll catch it in the speed paint, but I did go through multiple shades of red, multiple shades. If you're new to Has-Been or have never seen Has-Been, it's a lot of fucking red, and I wanted to make sure, especially later down the line when I do my overlays and background colors, I wanted it to kind of be like, oh, I'd see this in a Has-Been kind of scene. I see what she's kind of going for, kind of make it fit in, because with all the other Love in the Bottle memes on TikTok, they kind of do their own palette, and I just wanted to kind of adopt the Has-Been palette into my thing, just to kind of be like, hey, and also because it looked pretty good with my self-sona, just brown skin with nice shades of red, maroons, and also gold jewelry. I love gold jewelry, so it'll always be on my character somewhere, usually an earring, because necklaces are a pain in the ass to draw. I go through and I do the makeup on my character. If I have the picture, I'll definitely pop it up in the video. It was absolutely gorgeous and I knew I had to throw it in there. I do gradients for eyeshadow, and then I just did a plain red lipstick to kind of match everything. The glasses I always do in a separate layer, because when you do glasses, you want to make sure that the color is not full blast. You want to make sure it has a little bit of transparency, that way it looks like a clear glass. Then I started off, as you can see, I did start off with yellow liquid, only because I wanted to follow the other trends about like, oh, your favorite drink, like Pepsi and stuff. I love mango lemonade. Mango lemonade is amazing. I used to be addicted to strawberry lemonade. If you see in post, especially like on TikTok or YouTube Shorts, if you like cut back to that and came back, welcome back. I did change the liquid to pink because the internet exists and I didn't want people to see my TikTok that I worked 4 days on and be like, oh, why is she drinking yellow liquid? Yeah, we're not doing that. Skipped it to pink. And yeah, we basically did that. From here, I'm doing some basic shading, basic highlighting. I might go back over to like kind of brush things out, make sure everything like kind of blends perfectly. With shadows, I always do a simple multiply layer, and I 9 times out of 10 use like mid-tone to dark shade of purple. Purple always looks good on dark skin, especially with this lighting here. I know that the overlays and stuff make everything look red, but I use purple. I always use purple. Purple just like blends better, especially with the multiply layer. After that, I always do a highlight layer. My highlight layer will sometimes be either soft light in Krita or Edition with very, very low lighting. For the hair, I always do it in soft lighting. That way the natural curls kind of like pop out better. And if you can see like against the shading tones, I do make sure to add like a texture pattern while I'm shading the hairs versus when I'm shading like other parts of the body, just to kind of, you know, mimic like, oh, this is natural hair. She has curls. She's not heat damaged. From there, I go back and make sure that every layer has a nice rim lighting to kind of fit into the background, because with lighting, you want to make sure you have a backlighting against the opposite side of where the lighting hits. So remember that part where I said I changed the liquid from yellow to pink? This is the part where I just go through every layer and make sure all the liquids are properly changed to the right color, everything's shaded properly. Basically, I had to just redraw everything all over again, and it was all good for exporting. If you guys made it to the end, thank you so much for watching. If you're actually still here, thank you. If you guys can jump over and follow me on TikTok or YouTube, that'd also be fantastic. And yeah, that's pretty much it.